Welcome back to our lessons on flowgorithms, that's algorithms. We are going to continue from where we ended. In our last class, we saw how we could execute or write a flowchart or draw a flowchart using the control structure sequence. So today we are going to continue from there. We'll move to the second control structure, which is selection. And the selection control structure we are going to deal with is the if control structure. Okay. Before getting to that, I would just like to say that there are two types of selection control structures. So under selection control structures, we have the if statement, we have the case of. Okay, we have two types of selection control statements. So for now, we'll start with the if. Okay, we'll start with the if. So for the if control structures, we'll take a simple example. We'll take an example, and what is going to be our example? This is example 2, right? Example 2. Example 2 will be write an algorithm that takes in 3 integers or numbers. 3 integers, compares them, and prints the greatest. So that's the example we are going to take. Okay. So now, how do we go about this? Click on, just like we said in the last, you click on the arrow. We start by first of all identifying the variables. What are the variables we're going to need? We will need, so we'll declare our variables. We are going to need, the algorithm says that we'll take in 3 integers and then we'll print the greatest. So how are we going to do that? We'll say, okay, num1 should be our first variable, num2 the second number, num3 the third number. I think that is it. We need just 3. Okay, so what is the data type? Of course, is integer, just like the example or the stem of the question says. Okay, so we'll click on OK. Then we'll move to the next thing we're going to do is we'll output, of course. We'll ask the user to enter enter the first number. Okay. Now we'll do the next thing we'll do is we'll input. We'll store that first number in the variable num1. Okay. Click on OK. So after doing that, we'll now copy this. I will copy this because I have 3 inputs and 3 outputs for the 3 integers. So I'll copy this, paste for the 3. So the second, I'll just modify it and say enter second number. Okay, and I will store the second number in a variable. I will input the second number into num2. Then this will be enter the third number, and I would store the third number in num3. So this is what we have for now. So we'll continue. After entering now, we'll now move to selection, because we have to choose our control structure. We need to compare, we need to compare the three numbers to know the greatest. So we'll first of all verify if num1 is greater than num2 and num3, and if that is the case, we'll print the message num1 is the greatest. Okay, so what do we do now? We click on the arrow under control. Okay, we'll choose if. Okay, then inside the if statement, zoom, it looks like it's too. Oh no. Anyway, we'll click inside the if. Click inside the if statement, the first, like I said, num1, we verify if num1 is greater than num2, and that same num1 must also be greater than num3 for it to be considered as the greatest. Okay. So click on OK, and we can see here clearly that we have our condition here. Num1 greater than num2 and num1 greater than num3. If true, we click on the arrow and then we are going to output. Sorry. So I'm just going to copy this and paste here. Paste. And I'll modify. I'll modify by simply saying num1 space and sign. Num1 space and sign. In quotes, I'll write is the greatest. As simple as that. The and is to concatenate. That is, you will take the value that is found in num1, whatsoever is found in the variable num1, it's going to appear there. And then the and is to join or to concatenate the string is the greatest with num1. Okay, so we do that. We click. Okay, now I don't have time to do now. If it is false, if num1 is not greater than num2 or num3, it means it is not the greatest. So we'll go to the next condition now. And to do that, we'll take the else or the false statement. For the false, we'll do the same thing. We'll take the if control structure or the selection if. Now, what is our condition? What is going to be the condition? We'll verify. Now, this time is to test if num2 is greater than num1 and if the same num2 is greater than num3. Now, good. Now, if it is greater than if num2 is the greatest, then we'll copy this output here. I'll paste it here. I don't have time to be typing. So I'll paste it here and I'll modify. Instead of num1, it's going to be num2 is the greatest. That's the message I'll send. Now, if the first condition is not true, that is, if num1 is not the greatest and num2 is not the greatest, so obviously num3 will be the greatest. So the false statement here, the false will take output. Our output here will simply be num3 is the greatest. Click. So with this now, we have our flow chart for the algorithm that takes in 3 integers, compares them, and prints the greatest. So let's test it. Let's test and see if it works. So we'll run. run. You can clearly see here. It says enter the first number. So I will enter, say, -5. Enter the second number. I will enter -10. Enter the third number. I will say 8. So it has to print 8 is the greatest. Is that what we have? Yeah, you can clearly see here. Okay. I hope we can see it clearly. Yeah. 8 is the greatest. If you compare -5, -10, and 8, 8 is the greatest. So our algorithm works. Thank you very much for following this lesson. Thank you. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like, comment, and share this video. See you in our next class, and God bless you.